Ben Barnes. That's it. That's the whole video. Just Ben Barnes. Hi guys, it's me Carol. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if you're new here. I'm really excited to be reading like the celebrity for this video because I absolutely love him and I'm so excited to find out which books are his favorites. So in today's video, we're going to be reading like Ben Barnes. Now, if you don't know who Ben Barnes is, he's really well known for playing Prince Caspian in the Narnia movies, even though I'm an Edmund stan. And he's also really well known for playing Darkling in the new Shed and Bone series on Netflix. But I think the most iconic thing he has ever done in his whole entire life was being in a boy band. Yes, if you didn't know, he was in a boy band. And I don't know what to do with this information, to be honest, but I thought you should know too. So yeah, do with this information what you will. So he has done an interview with Penguin, the publisher company, where he talked about his favorite books of all time, and I'm really excited to read them. So the first book I chose was a book that he mentioned in the article that I'll link in the description box, and this is what he had to say about it. Apparently he read this when he was 14. When I was 14, I was reading Diary of a Wimpy Kid. So I don't know. Kind of feeling kind of useless. It was one of the books that stuck with him from his adolescence, and I thought it was a really interesting book as well. And it's called One Day in the Life of Ivan, I'm gonna mispronounce this, I'm so sorry, Denisovic, so sorry, by Alexander, I can't even say his last name, that's it, not gonna even try, I'm so sorry. In the madness of World War II, a Russian soldier is wrongfully convicted of treason and sentenced to 10 years in Siberian labor camp. So begins this masterpiece of modern Russian fiction, a harrowing account of a man who was conceited to all things evil with dignity and strength. First published in 1962, One Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovic is considered one of the most significant works ever to emerge from Soviet Russia. Illuminating a dark chapter in Russian history, it is at once a graphic picture of work camp life and a moving tribute to men's will to prevail over relentless dehumanization. So yeah, let's do this. I'll take you guys along with me and we'll see how this goes. So I just finished reading the book, and how did he read this at 14? Kind of shocked. They're shocked too. I finished it and I was like, what? And then I went on this website called sparknotes.com, and then they had a plot overview, and now I understood what I read, literally. So if you do read this book, just be aware that it's hard and not a lot happens. It's kind of boring. It's good, don't get me wrong, I just don't really love this war things. This was really hard. I don't see myself rereading this or saying it's a favorite, you know? But it was really fun to read a translated work because I usually don't do that. I just don't think that's the book for me, and I'm kind of upset because he's so much smarter than me. So hopefully he's not looking into women that are just the same level intellectually as him, or else I'm immediately disqualified. So hopefully he's not looking into that. I think I might give it like a 4 stars. So that's pretty good. It was pretty good. So I'll keep you guys updated as soon as I finish another one. Hey guys, I'm back, and today we're gonna be reading the second book for this video. So he said he's moved away from prison stories for recent favorites, which include An American Marriage by Tayari Jones, Humankind by Rutger Bregman, and Sally Rooney's Normal People. Out of all of these, I have read Sally Rooney's Normal People, so I was between Humankind and American Marriage, and I decided to go with An American Marriage by Tayari Jones for the second book because I just really like the story. Let me read you what this book is about. Newlywed Celestial and Roy are the embodiment of both the American dream and the New South. He is a young executive and she is an artist on the brink of an exciting career. But as they settle into the routine of their life together, they are ripped apart by circumstances neither could have imagined. Roy is arrested and sentenced to 12 years for a crime Celestial knows he didn't commit. Though fiercely independent, Celestial finds herself barefaced and unmoored, taking comfort in Andre, her childhood friend, and best man at their wedding. As Roy times in prison passes, she's unable to hold on to the love that has been her center. After 5 years, Roy's conviction is suddenly overturned, and he returns to Atlanta, ready to resume their life together. Doesn't that sound amazing? And he did say in the interview that he really enjoyed this book because it really made me feel like I was having an experience in someone else's shoes. So I'm really excited to get to this book. I'll take you guys along with me and I'll be back soon. Hi Ben Barnes, I'm Carol. If you ever decide to go back into being part of a boy band, this is my audition tape to be your backup dancer. It's all about, can I see when you're coming on strong? Cause you touch me, it's easy, I keep hanging on. Thank you for your time. So I just finished reading the book and oh my god, that was wonderful. It basically talks about how an injustice doesn't only affect one person, but a lot of people around that person, so families, friends, neighbors. I really disliked the main characters, but I feel like they were meant to be unlikable, you know, because oh my god, they just made such stupid decisions all the time and I was over here like, what? If you don't like reading about really unlikable main characters, I would skip this one because I literally couldn't find one person that I was like, yes, I like this. So just beware of that. But if you don't mind those annoying characters, the story was really well done, and I do think it brings light to the subject that sometimes we don't talk about how people do go to prison for things they haven't done and how horrible that is. And I'm really glad Ben Barnes recommended this book because we can see how prejudice really bothers him and how he wants to make sure he's informed. He's trying his best to try to understand what happens. And so that's really important because one of the few ways we can fully understand what's going on is by doing our own research, by talking to people, reading articles, reading books, being informed so that we don't spread misinformation. So that was really interesting. In the end, I'm gonna give this book, again, 4 stars. It didn't really reach that 5-star for me, but it was a really good book and I do recommend it. And then tomorrow, we're gonna be reading, sadly, the last one for this video. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, I'm back, and today we're going to be reading the last book for this video. The book I chose was again mentioned in the article. Did you see that coming? And he said it was one of his favorite books ever and he wants to reread it, and the book is called Atonement by, let me check, Ian McEwan. I can't with these author names. It sounds really interesting. It's also a movie. I haven't watched the movie, but a lot of people have and they say it's really, really good. So let me read you what this is about. On a hot summer day in 1935, 13-year-old boy Bryony Tallis witnesses a moment's flirtation between her older sister Cecilia and Robbie Turner, the son of a servant and Cecilia's childhood friend. But Bryony's incomplete grasp of adult motives, together with her precocious literary gifts, brings about a crime that will change all their lives. As it follows that crime's repercussions through the chaos and carnage of World War II and into the close of the 20th century, Atonement engages the reader on every conceivable level with an ease and authority that marks it as a genuine masterpiece. I'm really excited to read this. Let's get on with it. I don't know how to feel. I'm a little emotional. That was a sad story. I wasn't expecting it to be this heartbreaking, and I don't know what to do.
My heart is literally hurting. There's a recurring theme in all 3 books I read for this video, and that is people being accused of something they did not do and having to face the consequences of that. And that's so interesting that in all 3 books I've read, all 3 of them have sort of a victim of this circumstance. I'm gonna give this book 5 stars because it was an emotional roller coaster. This book is divided into 3 parts. I found part 2 to be the most boring one out of all of them. Even though it was boring, I'm still gonna give it 5 stars because it was necessary for the development of the story. So I'm gonna leave it at 5 stars because that was an amazing book. Out of all 3, this was the one I enjoyed the most.
So what can we say about Ben Barnes? After reading all of his books, we can see that he reads very heartbreaking stories. As he's an actor, I think it's really interesting that he reads these sort of sad stories. Maybe I might be reaching a bit, but maybe he reads these to practice emotions and to practice acting. So like he's reading these really sad stories and he's putting himself in the shoes of the character so that maybe if he does play a character like that one day, he can go back into things he saw in this book and the feelings that were described and try to incorporate that into his acting, if that makes sense. Those were heartbreaking, and to say that all of these were his favorite stories, thinking our boy needs a little hug. But I really enjoyed reading this. These were books totally out of my comfort zone, and one of the reasons why I love making these videos is that I'm forced to read books that I would never pick up otherwise. But these books were really something that I would have never picked up. But I really enjoyed this experience, and I'm really glad I read these books because I feel so much more connected to Ben Barnes now. And I just feel like I know him a little better and that I'm able to understand him just a little bit more, which is always fun. And now if I meet him on the street, I can talk about his favorite books and sound smart, so that's fun. Maybe he'll fall in love with me and we can move to Paris and have 2 children. But yeah, you guys, I had a really great time with this video. Let me know down below if you guys want me to do the rest of the Shed and Bone cast. I don't know if they read though, but I can do the research, and if you guys are interested in a specific person, please let me know. If not, just who would you like me to read, like, for the next video? I would love to know. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If yes, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below to be part of this wonderful family. I would love to have you here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!